That's what unifies Italy. It's the hate for Milano. There's only one religion in Naples.
Police don't have any control over it?
No, totally not. This is where margherita was invented.
That's the story of my ancestors.
Local mafia, what we call in Napoli the system.
Marta and I are going on a date. Take Marta out for some pizza. This is what Italian jail looks like?
There was a revolt. You can find your future here. Classic story in Naples.
Are there any guys that are like 50 years old that live at home?
We were Neapolitans with our language, our traditions.
You're worried about living near this?
You can get fed in 2 seconds.
So there's a whole nother world right inside here.
Ah, ciao Napoli.
And that's Naples for you. The most extreme of everything. Good afternoon, guys. Here we have beautiful Naples, Italy. Downtown right there, Mount Vesuvius, ancient city of Pompeii. One of the most fascinating places in Europe and the world, some of the best food. Today we have the great privilege to meet up with a local who knows the ins and outs of Naples, knows what goes on beneath the noise on the streets. So we're gonna meet up with him and get a better understanding of this super fascinating city. Let's do this. We have to talk to the old mamas.
They don't speak Italian, they speak only Neapolitan dialect. So
Okay, is that totally different than Italian?
totally.
And this you were telling me off camera, Naples, I should have known this, but it's older than Rome.
Yeah, founded by Greeks. They came from the other side of the sea and started this weird situation we call Napoli.
So you call Napoli a weird situation.
Yeah, totally.
It's full chaos, but it works, right?
Yeah, totally like that.
Wow, look at this. Absolutely beautiful. I first came here 20 years ago.
20 years ago?
Yeah, there were no tourists,
No.
pretty much no tourists, and everyone thought it was the most dangerous place.
Yeah.
And I think it cleaned up a lot by that time. Maybe in the 90s it was super dangerous.
In the 90s, absolutely.
How about right now?
Now it's much more safe, you can say, because there is always a lot of people in the streets. Just there are so many rich persons and so many poor persons.
There's not much in the middle here.
Okay, yeah, right.
Okay.
Not much in the middle.
And so we're gonna get into some food, but why do you guys do food? It seems like so much better than most parts of Italy. Coming from Rome, for example, pizza, there's no comparison in my book.
No.
It's only 2 hours away.
Yeah, but it's like a different nation. Italy is really a bunch of different nations together. Or little different nations together.
When did it unify? Like 1850?
In 1860.
1860.
61.
Okay.
And then Rome came 10 years after.
But the mentality stayed of we're from Naples, this is sort of our nation. We're from Rome, this is sort of our nation.
Yeah, always like that.
And everyone in
Milan.
the South doesn't like Milano.
Yeah.
That's universal, right?
Yeah, everybody hates Milano.
You know, I said it.
That's what unifies Italy. It's the hate for Milano. So.
Gaetano, is this about as tight as the streets get here? Is this one of the tighter ones?
One of the tighter, yeah.
So it always stays dark on these bottom apartments are always dark, huh?
Always. When you live in a house like that, you are always watching people in front of you from other houses. So privacy, it's a big problem in this cases because maybe in the night it's always a problem.
They're like Gaetano has a new girlfriend. Did you see her last night?
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Everybody knows everything.
Yeah.
Is crime low in places like this where everyone knows everybody?
Yeah, strong community is the reason you have low crime rates.
Okay, so you can't be Facebook tough here and yell and then leave. Because that person's going to be right there. In these environments, are the apartments passed down family to kids to kids to kids? So it's been for centuries.
Yeah, sure. Here in Naples, when we are young, we are living with our parents. But when we are grown up, we continue to live with our parents.
Okay.
Not always we go away. So we just live with these really big families all together.
Okay. What's the average age, say a man moves out of his family's apartment
When
in Naples?
when he gets married. So it must be lucky to find the right person.
Right,
That's the age.
And then as he gets older, maybe his chances go down.
Yeah.
Are there any guys that are like 50 years old that live at home?
Yeah, sure.
Really?
Sure. Really
Okay.
lot of them, yeah. But they have a life, they go to work,
Yeah?
It's not like a stigma
There's not a stigma.
on it. Yeah, no.
Okay, so it's accepted.
It's normal, just
Okay.
normal.
What is this here? A religious shrine?
Yeah, we call it in Italian edicola votiva. Just like when you go in church and you ask for a pleasure from God, for an
Forgiveness,
help,
or-
or
Okay, or a
forgiveness,
help, okay.
or an help. There are saints in Mary, of course.
So people in the community come down here and pray?
Yeah.
So this is great. The mamas come out of the windows, speak with people on the streets. Do you think these people living here, if they had a lot of money, they'd want to live out of the center in a bigger apartment, or no?
I think they are. Yeah. They have
They
enough
would.
money. They work. So they have enough money to live outside. But they are connected. So when you go away, you have to say farewell to the entire life.
So people don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that. No,
It's your life.
it's your life. You have to maintain it like
Yeah.
it is.
So literally living 5 kilometers from here is like living in another country almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. This woman has her kitchen right here. So the apartments just come right out into the streets.
Yeah.
You just walk across the street to the barber shop. You, not me.
Yeah. On this kind of long streets, this is one of the main streets of Naples. You always have these palaces, and they are huge. Then, if it's opened, you can see through it.
And then you have
That's
these
massive.
courtyards. Can we walk in, or is that a...
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Wow.
Really Spanish type of architecture.
And so it just quiets right down.
Yeah.
And then
There's
you have
even
a church up there?
you can get water if you want.
Oh, there's a well from the volcano?
No, from the mountains. The region your family is from.
Yeah, 100 years ago. They got on a
100
boat
years
and came here. They came at 18 years old. No English language at all.
Poor.
Boat across, yeah, very poor.
I
Boat
bet.
across the Atlantic,
Poor people.
get to New York, Ellis Island, and then my great grandmother, who I never met, she never even spoke English in all the
Never.
years living in the United States. He didn't even pick up hello, I don't think. We used to cook our Sunday sauce in the pot, in her pasta pot. And my dad took such pride in it, right? All day stirring the sauce. He thought he was so old world. And the sauce was terrible, man. It was really bad sauce. Nothing like here. And then my mom, I just asked her about that pot actually recently, because I'm like, I want the pot. That's like it's a very like historical thing to have. And she said, well, it's been leaching metal forever, like putting off metal. So I think that's why the sauce was bad.
Here the thing is the contrast between the two areas, because here on the low side of Naples you have a rich street with so many rich shops, but on the upper side there are Spanish quarters, one of the poorest district areas of Naples.
It looks good right here, but as you go further, it gets...
Yeah, if you go there, mainly it's because you are looking for a drug dealer, for prostitution. It's all mixed.
Okay.
Because there is the old mama outside at her home, and there is the drug dealer.
Do they
So-
work together at all? The mom and the drug dealer?
Yeah, sometimes they work together, sure,
Okay.
because if police is coming up the streets,
Yep.
maybe the old lady gives a signal, and they are living together. It's a strange way to help each other, if you,
Well-
you can call it that.
And here's another one of these doors, right?
Yeah.
They're just all over the place.
Yeah.
And so there's a whole nother world right inside here.
Yeah.
Do people have a hard time listening to Rome, like the government, of how to live, what to do?
We were an independent nation for so many centuries before the Italian unity. we were Neapolitans with our language,
Yeah.
our traditions,
Yeah.
our laws. Yesterday, we became Italians. So
Right, on the grand scheme of things, like on the timeline, it was just happened.
just happened.
Okay.
And this is a really whole city, so it's organized as an older idea of what we were and not what we are now. So I think it's normal that we sense this kind of distance from Rome.
This is a very nice part of the city, but it seems the city in general seems very disorganized and chaotic. But there is an order to it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's like there's no way you could control it.
No.
But there isn't, a push and pull, a cycle to everything here,
Yeah.
and it functions.
Yeah, you can try to enter this kind of order, a self-organized order or life,
Yeah.
but you can dominate it, you can control it, you can decide what direction it must have. It's just a matter of live with the others.
Is it fair to say there's a little Vesuvius in all of you? Like there's like some explosiveness,
Yeah.
right? There's
Yeah.
passion, there's fire.
Yeah, we literally live under volcano. It's in our culture, in our songs, in our literature, and maybe in our food too, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure,
The taste.
100%.
So
Neapolitan, the language, do you speak that with your friends or how does that work?
it depends on if your family is well educated or rich.
Okay.
That's the kind of story.
The well-educated and rich speak Italian or Neapolitan?
No, Italian.
Okay, so that's like a higher class
Higher
language.
class language.
Okay, okay.
There are even luxury shops here. So
Oh wow. That is stunning. What is this called?
Galleria
Galleria.
Umberto I, which is a name for one of the Italian kings, the first Italian kings.
Okay. In the nicest McDonald's in the world, perhaps. So this wasn't taken out in World War II, obviously.
No.
No
it's-
damage.
No.
Was there much damage to Napoli in World War II?
It was quite completely destroyed.
Completely.
Not completely, but yeah.
So they just rebuilt a lot of these old structures. Look at the mosaic.
The money from the Marshall Plan.
Money from
USA.
Marshall Plan,
From
right?
USA, so-
Right. I mean, the United
the-
States just had a huge advantage at that time, right? Because
Yeah.
we didn't get destroyed, and Europe was rebuilding. We had a ton of kids, right? At that time, the boomers they're called, right?
Yeah, sure. the boomers.
And now we have the millennials that come from the boomers.
Yeah.
And Europe doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have the boomer generation. Not everyone is having kids after the war because they're dealing with the aftermath of a
sure,
war.
Sure.
So it's interesting how demographics and birth rates are like being impacted right now because of that.
But that's the situation here. I mean, maybe in Europe, but
Yeah.
especially in Italy, because we suffered so much for the war. Margherita,
Margarita pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
it was invented there.
This place.
Yeah.
Is it a tourist place or the locals go here?
Both tourists because it's famous,
Right.
but for locals too.
They got the old oven. So that's it. Just very simple ingredients
Yeah.
in the wood
very
burning
simple.
oven. Grazie.
And this is where Margherita was invented,
Yes.
dove è stata inventata la
Margherita
Margherita.
was born in 1889.
How long have you been here?
Me?
Yeah.
42 years.
Oh, wow.
My father before me and my grandfather before my father.
Has the margarita changed at all?
No, it's the same. It's very important for us to use a traditional way to make the margarita.
The tomatoes from the volcano?
No. That is from San Marzano zone. San Marzano is around the Vesuvius, but not Vesuvius. It's
Around.
just a little bit. It's just a little bigger. Just a little bigger than
Okay.
the cherry tomatoes from Vesuvius.
And so how long does it go in here for?
Between 60 and 90 seconds.
That's it.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Grazie.
Grazie. Very simple.
Notevole.
Dough, cheese, basil, sauce. Little puff in there. Okay,
from here.
show me the proper style.
That's the way we eat pizza in the original way. You cut the pizza in 4 parts. You must do 4 triangles, just like that. It's so simple. Just separate in two parts. Then you just
Turn
like
the plate.
that. Turn the plate.
If someone doesn't cut a pizza like this here, you'll know they're not from here.
Yeah, sure. That's the only way you can legitimate eat pizza. Just go like that. And you eat it.
So
in the Napolitan original way of eating pizza.
you're not educated if you use a fork?
Yeah.
Okay, but
Because you must use hands.
in Rome they use a fork.
You don't use fork, yeah.
All right, so you do just one big cross cut.
A cross cut, yeah.
Do I look like a local doing this or no?
Yeah.
My angles okay? Okay.
Throw away your fork and your knife and use your hands. Perfect. Perfect. It has another taste.
That is
It's really good.
fantastic. You like the brown,
tomato.
the burnt on the bottom.
Yeah,
It's nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
It's so important. It gives taste to
See,
pizza.
there's so much competition in the city with pizza. Nobody does it wrong. Like everyone has good pizza, right? They're not going to survive a day if they make it bad here.
Just like that. At least 20 or 30 restaurants when you can eat a perfect pizza. Everyone does it in a particular way. So you have 20 or 30 ways of doing pizza in a perfect way.
Okay.
That's the climax of
The magic.
of a free market. In this case, that's,
Mario, thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you.
No, our pleasure. So Mario's moving to Orlando, Florida.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
I will leave in January and I will work at the Epcot in Patina restaurant.
So an Italian restaurant at Epcot.
Yeah, an Epcot of the Disneyland.
Okay, we'll see you there. And I just want to compliment you on your mustache. It's one of the nicer ones I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you.
You're pulling it off. Mario, thank you. Great place. Okay, so you were saying that's a classic story here in Napoli right now. The young guys,
yeah, classic
20
story.
to 25 or whatever, are leaving.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can find your future here. So that's the classic story in Naples.
So it's not a new story though, because that's the story of my ancestors.
It's literally the same thing, yeah. And it's dramatic because what kind of person remains here? That's the problem.
You.
Maybe me.
You're a good guy though, yeah? You said you're not going, you're staying.
I don't know.
So how do you change that? You need more industry, more jobs,
Yeah,
more
sure.
economy,
A vision.
a vision.
A
And there's
vision.
no one providing that vision
No,
right now?
no, that's the problem.
Okay.
And us as a generation, we go away. We don't stay here and fight. So maybe
Okay.
that's a problem too. So much of these shops or the restaurant you can see in the street, and the streets like that must pay money to Camorra.
Camorra.
It's not
The mafia.
The local
Okay.
mafia. It's not always like that. Sometimes they are a sort of businessmen. You make money from drugs, then you recycle them, invest in
Okay,
them,
money laundering.
money laundering,
Yeah.
money laundering.
And the
That's-
police don't have any control over it?
no, totally not.
Okay.
They just can go through. There is only one religion in Naples, and there is football. So
So during the pandemic, I have a hard time seeing people being locked down here. Like, I don't think they take orders too well from authority.
the thing is,
And everyone's living on top of each other. And I thought Naples would have gotten hammered with COVID because of that, but it really happened in Lombardy, right? The
Yeah.
worst of it?
if you look at the streets, you can understand that a police car can never get up there clearly, so narrow streets, so they can move. So you can really control the streets. You can close community inside here and then don't let they move around and move outside. And that was what happened
They were like
during the pandemic.
really blocking off parts of the city.
Here was so much more calm, the situation. I thought it was like that because we're well organized. The lady
Salve! What's she saying?
come here. Just, we'll see. Oh, signora, è uno youtuber americano.
Salve.
Fa video su YouTube, molto famoso in America.
E che ne sai?
Che ne sai?
È bella Napoli.
Voglio diventare sprizza.
Napoli è bella.
Napoli è buona.
Okay.
You guys,
You want to drink water?
okay?
Ok.
Bene.
Okay.
Sì, grazie.
Ok,
Ci
grazie,
in realtà
grazie.
inglese. Grazie assai.
Grazie.
Che ti piace a te?
So you guys, you're not speaking Italian.
In this moment, no.
Yeah.
She's talking Napolitan. She knows how to speak Italian too.
Italiano che napoletano. Parli italiano tu, parli italiano.
Io
Speak
voglio
Italian.
essere sprizza, voglio essere l'amico del Ferezeta.
Capito? L'ha detto.
Sì.
How do they like living in the neighborhood?
Come mi piace vivere qua.
Lei piace qua?
Do you like?
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
Dai, passa.
Io voglio venire al tuo paese.
She,
L'America.
He's the water guy.
she wants to go in
Dove
USA.
sta lui? America?
Okay.
Florida. Florida.
Io voglio essere la vegeta.
Let me see the muscles, buddy. Let me see.
Altar dedicated to Maradona.
An altar dedicated to Maradona. People celebrate this all the time.
And Napoli just win a match, so
Oh, there he is. How long ago was it that Maradona played? It's like
was at
20
the-
years ago or something?
yeah, it was from 1984 to 93.
Do you have a passionate feeling towards Maradona? You do.
Sure, I do.
Everyone here does. huh?
Everyone does. It's just a religious cult, matter of.
It's beyond love.
He was so much representative of Neapolitan desires, common desires.
How so? Like he's from Argentina, but he spoke to the people here.
Yeah, sure.
How so?
Well, it's always at this kind of behavior with Neapolitans, saying, "Okay, I'm one of you. I'm like in my country, I'm like you."
There's a Maradona fan in the making.
C'è un tifoso di Maradona che sta crescendo, ha detto.
What would you say Italians from outside of Napoli don't understand about you guys? Like, what do they not know about you or understand?
A lot of prejudice.
Prejudice, yeah.
Prejudice, because the media and the public discourse in Italy, there's a part of the country that
Yeah.
doesn't work and
Okay.
slow the other part of the country, the rich one.
Okay.
So I think it's a political thing too. The relations between us when we meet someone from the north, that's not like that. This street and then the Spanish quarters, it's all together. So it's a commission of things together.
And these guys selling all the knockoff brands, purses and whatnot, what's their story?
They are organized in groups.
Okay.
They have deposit in the suburbs of Naples, and they organize together themselves to sell this. I think quite often the things they sell it's from what we call in Napoli the system, the name for local mafia or Camorra.
Oh, okay. So the Camorra controls all of that stuff.
At the end of the day, yes, but
Okay.
it's
complicated.
complicated because it's like okay, I give to you the things you had to sell.
Okay.
If you go to someone else, you have to pay consequences for that.
Paying consequences, they get physical with them? Or?
Yeah, sure.
So those guys selling the purses and all the things on the streets,
Yeah.
in a way they're held hostage. They have to buy from the Camorra
Yeah.
or they're gonna have problems.
Yeah, sure.
And what other?
Yeah.
But
it's like that.
can't they just work at a store like this or no?
No, not legal. If you do things in a legal way, then there is another state, the system, Camorra, an alternative Italian republic.
So there are two systems at play here, almost two governments operating in parallel.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then we have this.
And then we have this.
And that's Naples for you. The most extreme of everything. You're saying things fall a lot from above.
Yeah.
That's how you get things upstairs, huh?
Yeah, sure.
Just pull it up.
Sometimes things are going up, sometimes I'm going down.
So you're saying this is one of the best bakeries in Naples?
Yeah, one of the best. One of the best.
Beautiful. You're worried about living near this?
Yeah, because you can get fat in 2 seconds if you don't stay careful.
So when you're a tourist, you're not doing that?
It's sort of chastity you have to maintain if you want to be thin.
Oh my God. Just like tightly woven crust, right? What is this called?
Yeah, sfogliatella.
Sfogliatella, yeah. Wow. What is this?
It's a baba.
A baba?
Baba with chocolate inside.
There's some alcohol in here, right? Brandy? Is that what it is? Brandy?
Rum.
Rum, yeah, okay, yeah.
Rum.
Cannoli?
Cannolo.
With pistachio and Nutella.
Pralinato.
Great texture. Beautiful. Ciao. Oh, Marta. Marta and I are going on a date. Take Marta out for some pizza.
That sucks.
The castle up there we were talking about. There's a neighborhood.
It's a neighborhood. The
Called
castle
what?
is beautiful, but the neighborhood is really rich. It's like being in Milano, in the north of Italy.
So you must love it.
I think that sucks.
Feels totally different.
Feels totally different, but it's different. It was built in the 60s, so it's all new, at least for our standards.
Okay.
It's too
People don't feel comfortable around all that cleanliness up there.
Not me. The walls are clean. There are not signs and writings.
Okay.
And,
What's at the end of the street?
the building where the community, which I'm part of.
Did you start this community?
Yeah, together with other people.
So this is lower class, middle class?
This is lower and middle class.
Okay. So there is a little middle class in Napoli.
A little middle class. Vabbè.
It's like being at an amusement park in a way.
Sì.
It's thrilling. I love these little doors here.
This little door is the one we are looking for.
Oh yeah.
So,
this is your place.
wow. It's not mine. It's ours.
So who owns it? You all own it together?
It's public,
Okay.
but managed by the local community.
So is it free housing?
Yeah. No, it's free housing only for people who are in need.
Oh, this is interesting. So you have a whole cafeteria and
Yeah.
bar.
It's all self-organized.
How many people live here?
60 persons. We are waiting for a restoration of the place. And we won a project this year. We start in 2024.
What was this?
A jail.
A jail? Really?
A jail for minors.
This is what Italian jail looks like? You're part of this.
I'm part of this.
You're helping its development.
Yeah, my role in taking decisions, during discussions, during meetings.
Okay.
Ciao Monica. Ciao.
Look at this is an old prison cell, huh?
Yeah, the original. We must maintain it closed because people are strange sometimes.
People are strange, yeah.
And this is a celebration. People from Sri Lanka. Let me show you.
Tutto bene, tu come stai?
Tutto bene.
Amico?
Gayan.
Okay. How do you? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Con un po' di pandemia di mezzo.
Sir, I see you've taken on the Italian style. You know, you pop the collar now. They don't do that in Sri Lanka, do they?
No. The Neapolitan people are very hospitable and they know gratitude.
Gratitude.
Yes, they have gratitude. When you go forward in Italy, you can't find like these people.
Wait.
Go
I
after
thought
home.
Milano has the nicest people in Italy, no?
No, in Italy they are nice people, but down the Rome,
It's a joke.
that's it,
Inside
downside the
joke.
Italy, Oriental, it's like Oriental. Then you come from the Rome to up, it's different.
How is
All
it different? How is it different?
It's like cloud, it's dark. They are mentally dark, like dark. I don't know why. You are working. Is the owner is the job. So they are served like that. In Italy, no. You like a friend. You are
In Napoli, like
yes,
friends.
In Naples, I work.
Okay, so
yeah.
up there it's more like I'm the master, you're the
You are the
slave,
slave.
get to work. Yeah? Something like that?
It's still like that. No, I can't tell 100% like that. But
Okay.
similar like that.
So these are all former cells.
From a cells, yeah. For minors.
Is the law hard on kids in Italy? If a kid commits a crime, they have their own jail cell? Or?
No, not anymore nowadays, but in the
past?
when I was young,
Yeah.
was still, yes, sure. This is not for before Christmas. I don't remember the name of the.
Halloween.
Okay.
These are the kids that were here?
Yeah, the list of names.
Bit of a heavy feel in here, huh?
Yeah. And
A lot's happened in here.
Someone tells that there is even a ghost here. I'm sorry for the news, but
I don't doubt it. I'm sure when it gets dark and in the winter when it's cold in here.
yeah, sure. And the doors are
Slamming shut.
And one day in the 80s, there was a revolt for children here. They revolt against the guards and closed all the guards somewhere, and then took control of the jail. So special forces arrived on a helicopter.
Oh, wow.
And they just
So the
beat
kid,
everyone they met in the.
the kids
in the
took
process,
complete
yeah.
control of this place.
Yeah, sure. In
And
the
how
80s,
how old were the kids that were here?
from 13 years old to 18 years old.
A lot of mafia kids?
a lot of mafia kids. The ones who take the first step in the process of become.
Career criminals?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a little more destroyed,
This
huh?
is really creepy. But. Ciao Napoli!
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
And the sea, and Vesuvio.
So beautiful.
It's really beautiful. I love it.
Gaetano, thank you. Thanks for bringing us
in. It was a pleasure meeting you.
It's a unique view of Napoli that I don't think has been seen by too many foreigners. Didn't think I'd end up here, but that's my style of video, so thank you. All right, guys, true adventure today. I want to finish with a few thoughts about this wonderful city. I did give you an unorthodox tour of Napoli. It is really a special place. It's got a bit of everything. It's got a lot of extreme, a lot of edge, but really it's the food that holds this place together. The food is some of the best in the world. And even if you don't like busy streets or chaos or horns, it'd be worth it just to come here for the food. You know, this is one angle in. There are very wealthy neighborhoods. There are places on the sea near where I'm staying that are totally different than this. But the goal is always to present you that, you know, that authentic, on the street look at a place. And lastly, these videos, 20, 30, 40 minutes usually, are a big part of what I do, but not everything. So I don't want you to miss out on future events or content. So join the mailing list we have. Link is down below. Thanks for coming along. Until the next one.